Hi friends, today we're painting a simple Christmas wreath with beautiful gold accents. It's an easy, relaxing holiday tutorial, so grab your paints and let's begin. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to check out my other videos and description for more details. I will be using same exact technique as I used in this video for the snow globe. If you guys would like to see this video step by step, check out my previous video. Okay, we're gonna start painting the rim of the cup with brown color. So I'm using burnt sienna with tiny bit of indigo. And it's gonna be nice brown color. So I'm using kind of rich, not too watery pigment, and just painting the rim. Super simple. I'm gonna find the center or where I want to place it. I'm just gonna stamp it and twist slightly, and that's the base. Now I'm gonna start painting the greenery. So I'm gonna start with the pine needles. I'm just gonna take my medium green, I'm using undersea green, and we'll be painting them in both directions, starting from bottom, going up, bottom going up, and here from the bottom up. And I also paint the center of the twig, you see. Okay, and very loose and super quick. And I'm going this direction again. Painting in the center. So this is my mid-tone, mid-green. Can make them longer, it's up to you. And here's my base. Now I'm gonna go with darker green. I use perylene green. And do same exact thing, adding the volume, adding the interest to my current pine needles. There you go. And that instantly adds the interest, another green shade. And I think I can go with lighter green, so I'm gonna go with yellow color mix with my medium green, and I have that beautiful limeish green color. Just gonna add some interesting shade of green. There you go. And I will go and splatter that green to get that interesting loose effect. So I'm splattering right on the greenery, and it goes a little bit around, and I love the looseness of this. Now I'm gonna go with my burnt sienna and a little bit of indigo again, and start painting the pine cones. So I'm gonna start with the tip, and it's gonna go wider like a tree. And you see I'm leaving white spaces, very important, going wider, wider, and right at the bottom they will be more narrow again, same as the tip. Okay, I'm gonna do another one. Tip going wider, leaving white spaces, wider and more narrow at the bottom. And let's add one more right here again. You can twist your paper if you need, so tip, getting wider, leaving white spaces, wider and more narrow. There you go, your simple pine cones. So you just think if you want to add more or you want to keep just 3 of them. You decide your composition. Now I will go with darker green. I'm gonna use burnt umber, and again I had some of indigo here. Probably gonna add a tiny bit more to get that very deep brown. And in some areas I'm gonna be dabbing that darkest brown. And again, don't forget to leave your whites. And there you go. Now I'm gonna go with orange color. And dab a little bit on top. Okay, need to go with more orange, brighter orange, because it will blend in with my burnt umber and it's not gonna be that bright, and I love that color. And I'm actually gonna go and splatter a tiny bit around the pine cones. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna take my number 4 Aqua Elite. You can use any liner brush, anything smaller. And I'm just gonna figure out where I want my berries to be and add a couple of fine branches here and there. And I'm gonna place my red berries on them here, and I'm thinking right here and right there. So quick. Couple of twigs and maybe one. No, that's gonna be too much. Now I'm gonna go to my larger brush again, to my bright red, cadmium red light, and just start drawing the outlines and the clusters with berries. And some will be smaller, some will be larger, just simple circles. Medium, smaller, larger. Medium, and this one gonna be larger. And you can go and fill them in with red. And I'm leaving that tiny white dot for the highlight. And it instantly adds the volume, and they look three-dimensional. So you see how quick? I'm gonna go to these, same thing. Draw simple berries, smaller, medium, a little larger, and fill them in and leave that tiny white highlight. There you go. I'm gonna twist my paper again, grab red, and draw berries. Smaller, larger. So simple. Now I'm gonna go and fill them in, leaving that tiny white highlight. No details, just simple red dots, right? And you see, now I'm gonna go with alizarin crimson, deep red color, and add that to all my berries. Just one tiny dot. Just tap, tap. To create that darkest value, which will make a shadow. So leave that highlight, don't color it. Go around and boom. Instantly makes them look three-dimensional. And do you see how super easy it is? And literally in a few minutes, you get that pretty painting, which you can make as a card. And that was the original position, I think, right? Okay, what are we gonna do next? Now I'm gonna let everything to dry. So everything looks pretty here, but to make everything pop and add more volume, I will just use white gouache and add the highlights. I'm gonna start with pine cones. Just going on top of that brown and adding a few taps. There you go. You see how instantly they pop now. How pretty. And I'm gonna go in that brown circle in between and do same thing. You see, I'm just leaving gaps and tap, tap, tap all the way around. Same thing with the pine needles. I'm gonna add a couple of white highlights, especially on the darkest green. Looks so, so beautiful. And I'm actually gonna go with bright green. So I'm gonna create that bright yellowish green again and add a few really bright yellowish green pine needles all over. And I would like to warm up my painting. So it was kind of cold tones of green, and to balance it, I always look at my painting and add what I'm missing. If it's too cold, I'm gonna add the warmth, and looks amazing now. And now you guys decide if you want to add the text, if you want to add the initial for somebody you want to give it to, you want to write joy or anything, or just leave it as is. I already like it without anything inside. And just all I want to do here, add a couple of reddish dots here and there again to warm up my greens. Same mixture I had left from berries, and just tap, tap, and you'll see how beautifully it looks on the final painting that I'm gonna show you in a minute. And one last thing, guys, you can always add some gold, some silver if you really like it, and add some more magic and sparkle to your art. And that's Christmas. It looks amazing with some extra magic in your art, right? And I love it. I absolutely love these gold accents. Oh yeah, oh my goodness. You'll see it in a second. Gonna go and just splatter. Can add a couple of gold taps on the pines. Beautiful, I'm so happy. Okay, let's see the final result.